Kotobukiya Bishoujo Catwoman. She is the second in the DC Bishoujo line of figures that Kotobukiya has done, and in my opinion, one of the best overall, Marvel or DC. And just real quick, show you the box art. This panel here on the side has Shinya Yamashita's illustration, the original illustration for the character, and it's amazing. First of all, that gargoyle was captured well in the final sculpt. I'll show you that in a second. I really wish that we could get a hold of some digital download, or maybe even a book or calendar with all of these Bishoujo characters that he does for Marvel and DC. They're awesome. But there's the side panel, there's the front. It's a pretty big box, as the scale of the figures itself has gone up. So has the box, and big old box. There's the back there. A couple shots of the statue. Shows Wonder Woman coming soon. Another great figure, in my opinion. And the bottom, and that's the box. Let's stick that. It's one of her kitties. It's that box there. The figure itself, fantastic. I mean, I'm not sure where exactly the bar is set on these, because I don't really, there's a couple of companies that do stuff similar to this, but wherever it is, they're setting the bar. They've made the best Bishoujo PVC statues that you can get, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the mold on this one is really, really great. Some of them I've seen, some of the upcoming ones and things don't really match his illustration that well. I feel like they killed it on this one. This one was really I'm very satisfied with how this one came out. So satisfied that I had to pick it up. I seen it in the store and I couldn't refuse. So here she is. There's nothing wrong with this sculpt at all. It's very impressive. Certain areas more than others. I mean, you go from that to that, and you have to give my hats off to the sculptor. She's more well endowed than some of the other her classmates in the Kotobukiya Bishoujo lines. One more plus for Catwoman. The paint on this figure is great, and I don't know how well it's going to come across in this video, but it has a metallic black paint, little highlights of silver here and there, and a touch of purple, and really goes a long way to adding a lot of depth to the feel of the statue, and overall quality is undeniable. She comes with this whip that you kind of assemble. You peg it onto her butt there, and it's a wire covered in plastic, and you can kind of mold them however you want, shape them, and pose them however you see fit. I would have preferred, I think, probably them coming maybe pre-shaped, but not a big deal. As a matter of fact, while I'm griping about stuff that doesn't matter, her collarbones, let me see if I can't get it to focus there, collarbones stick out really far. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's not very anatomical. I mean, they're pretty much where her sternum should be, but not a big deal. It's not really even a complaint. It's just something I noticed. But other than that, this kind of makes up for any of that. I mean, this base is, as far as like a display base, just something to hold her up, essentially. They've really knocked it out of the park with this one. I mean, excuse me. This demon Batman gargoyle is just wow. I like the fact that she comes with these little cats, and the contrast with the gargoyle. You get these little kitties that the cats, they're fine. I don't really have any issues with the cats. It's just I'd have preferred if they had maybe some place to peg into the base, because they kind of, especially this one. This one doesn't want to do nothing. It doesn't want to cooperate. You can set it up in like Batman's claw here, kind of. but it doesn't like to stay, and I guess if you're not really messing with it, it's fine, but I'd have preferred they pegged in, but not a big deal. I'm glad they put them in there. Like I said, they contrast well with that gargoyle, and as far as the display base goes, you can't really do any better than that as far as I'm concerned. The rest of the figure is fantastic. I mean, I don't know, I can't really say enough about it. I really, really like this figure. Just to give you a quick and maybe delayed sense of scale here. Here she is with the Kotobukiya Rogue figure, the second of the Marvel figures that they did. You can tell much bigger now, much better base. I mean, that base is pretty bland compared. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. I guess she can't be standing on a Batman gargoyle either. But, I mean, they've really stepped it up. As far as, I mean, even scale and, you know, just overall how much thought they seem to have put into the figures seems to have gone up, and they still cost the same. $60 is still pretty steep for a statue. You could do a lot worse, though. I've seen some statues that are butt ugly go for much more. And these things are all really great. I mean, even the worst of these is still better than a lot of the statues you see in stores that go for double, triple the price. But for $60, you really can't go wrong here, I think, especially now that they're giving you more. Here she is compared to a Marvel Universe Mystique. This is the 3 3/4 size Mystique that's just basically the size of a G.I. Joe. So you can tell, pretty big figure overall. So, I highly recommend this Bishoujo Catwoman. She's just great. Very, very highly recommended. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I don't know, won't be so lazy and decide to do a few more reviews. I have a few figures that I haven't seen reviews on before. They may be out there. I'm going to look a little harder. But wherever there's a spot that I think I can fit in, I'm going to. I think this is kind of fun doing reviews. So I'm going to put a link to Kotobukiya. If you are interested in this, you can check it out on their website. And thanks again for watching. Peace.